Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you can tell by the title of the video, my Pat McGrath Labs Celestial palette came in. And as you could tell by the thumbnail, it is shattered. Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Anyways, if you would like to see what I think about this eyeshadow palette and just how shattered it came in, then why don't you just go ahead and keep on watching. All right, guys. So my palette is shattered. Gosh, darn it. What's today? As I'm filming this, it is Thursday, September the 30th. It's been a horrible week. You know, we find out on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, I don't even remember what day, that Mel Thompson passed away. And then I'm like a week away from my monthly visitor. So of course I'm like extra hormonal, you know? And then this gosh darn palette comes and it's shattered. I mean, I know this is the least of my worries. I know that. It's been a pretty hectic week. All right. Yeah, the Pat McGrath. What is this? This is the Celestial Odyssey palette. I actually really do like the packaging of this palette. It almost reminds me of the Chinese New Year with the gold and the red, which I think are colors that complement each other very well. This has a 12-month shelf life and it is made in the USA with items exported outside. So it was like put together in the USA is what I'm understanding. If I'm incorrect, let me know down below. This retails for $78. I purchased it directly from the Pat McGrath website. So I don't know if you'll have the same issue at Sephora. I honestly feel like it has a lot to do with the formula for the two shades that shattered. Maybe it wasn't pressed enough. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm going to try and be very... That is why people don't like the ribbons in this thing. So it's this shade and this shade right here that shattered. So obviously shimmer shades. I'm trying not to make a mess because it already made a mess when I opened this. Okay, so I'm going to swatch these and we'll talk and whatnot. All right, guys, now we are going to start the swatches. But first, I just wanted to clear the elephant in the room. You guys are probably wondering, why am I still reviewing this if it's shattered? Well, I did contact Pat McGrath customer service and they actually did answer me fairly quickly. I want to say within 30 minutes of me sending the email. They just asked for me to send a couple of pictures of specific items or details, and then as soon as they verified it, they would go ahead and send me a replacement. But I figured, you know what, let me just go ahead and get my review up. That way I can get it up and out of the way with this vaulted eyeshadow palette, and then I can really enjoy once they send me a new and fresh one. So let's get started on the swatches. So I went ahead and swatched the first 6 colors. And this top one right here is Saturn Sunset, Rose Venus, Gold Galaxy, Noir Moon, Bronze Nova, and Nocturne. I think that's how you pronounce it. Very beautiful swatches. I had absolutely no issues with any of them. This is one of the shades that is shattered, which is Bronze Nova. It's a beautiful shade, which is a shame. All right, let's go in with the next 6 shades. This first one is Galactic Glow, and I feel like this is going to be a perfect like inner corner and brow highlight. Sunrose Amber, such a beautiful color. Lotus Luxe, Lunar Haze, which is like a purple metallic silver color. Electric, and Heavenly Body. So beautiful shades, that's for sure. I definitely am getting more of a cool tone vibe with this row right here. Okay guys, let's go in with the last 6 swatches in the palette. And as far as the shades, I definitely feel like this is the more interesting colors out of the whole palette. This first one right here is Bronze Eclipse, Solar Flare, Nirvana, Corrupt Copper, Palladium, and Citrine Envy, which is the other shade that was shattered. So definitely very interesting colors. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on an eye look, shall we? Let's get started with these eye looks. I am not going to let the fact that this came shattered ruin my day. No, I refuse. All right, so we're going to start with look number 1. I think for today's video, I'm going to create an eye look on this eye and an eye look on this side. All right, first shade I am dipping into is this shade right here. And I am going to use that as my transition shade. This is a soft blend 2-0. I'm going to use it very lightly. How cute is my Corpse Bride mirror? I forgot to bring it up for the last eye look. It's a beautiful shade when you really blow it out. All right, guys, now we're going to go into shade number 2. And I'm sorry, this first shade I used is actually Sunrose Amber. I gave you the wrong shade. The next one is going to be the dark brown in the palette right here, and that is Nocturne. I think that's how you pronounce it. Nocturne or Nocturne, I'm not sure. You guys correct me down below. And I'm going to use this shade to deepen up the outer corner and the outer crease. This is a Morphe M330. So this is going to go in the outer corner and the crease. Wow, that's pretty dark. Okay, there is that shade, and it actually looks just a tiny bit darker than I had imagined. It almost looks like a black brown. I don't know, I'm pretty sure my brush is clean, but I could be wrong. Let me know if you have this palette and if you have used that Nocturne shade and if it's that dark for you as well. But yeah, it looks like a black brown on my skin tone and my eyelid. All right, so now we're actually going to go into the shattered shade, which is this one right here. And according to the back, it is Bronze Nova. I'm actually going to go in with my finger. And as you can tell, there is very little on the pan. I just want to see what that shade looks like on the actual lid. It is a beautiful color. It has quite a bit of couple of shifts in there. It's so pretty. As you can tell, this color is going to be more on the wearable side. Gorgeous. Okay, a very wearable look on this eye. I did go in with this super beautiful pearly shade right here, which is Galactic Glow, and I used that from the inner corner and for the brow bone. Now I am going to jump into this salmon shade right here. I believe that is Electric. Okay, I'm using a E35 by Sigma. I'm going to use this as my transition shade. Oh, it's very pigmented. The good thing about Pat McGrath shades is that they blend out very easily. So if you pick up just a tiny bit too much, keep blending and they'll blend out just fine. As you can see, beautiful shade. Okay, the next shade I am going into is this shade right here. And it is Lotus Luxe. At least I hope I'm saying the correct name of the correct shade. This is an E38 by Sigma. And I'm actually going to use this in my inner corner. That's a beautiful shade. And my outer corner. I guess we're going with a very pink look on this side. It's a gorgeous shade. I am going to bring a little bit down on the lower lash line. I did bring that first shade down as well. Okay, the next shade I'm going to dip into is the Noir shade. And I'm using a Sigma E42. I'm just going to deepen up those outer corners real quick. I'm not really blending. I'm kind of just tapping that shade in. Since it is a shimmer shade, I doubt it'll blend too well. I also don't want to lose any of that pink shade. I want both this Noir shade and that previous shade to both show up. Yeah. I honestly don't even know what direction this eye look is going. I'm kind of just winging it, guys. I'm just winging it. Okay, and now for the lid, I am going to go into like that purple silver right here. And that is Lunar Haze. I hope I'm saying the correct name for these shades. I'm pointing at it before I say the name, so hopefully that helps. I am going to use my finger. It's a gorgeous shade. Okay, and I think I'm going to dig into this one just a tiny bit, like very slightly on my finger. I believe that is Heavenly Body. And see if I can get like a pinky shift added to that color. I've been into the whole mixing two shimmer shades together and kind of just creating my own little mixture. All right, let me get some lashes and all the rest of my stuff on, and then we will talk. All right, guys, and here are the final eye looks. Here is this eye. I definitely feel like this look is the more wearable of the two. I did do a small little wing with Natasha Denona's liquid liner, put some eyelashes on, and some dark brown liner on the waterline and tight line. Okay, and here is look number 2. This look is definitely a little more like on the purple pink side. And for this one, I did add a Makeup Geek's navy blue liner in the waterline, tight line. I did do a small little wing, and I also went ahead and put a little bit on my actual lid. I just felt like the navy blue complemented the eye look. Here it is, 2 different eye looks for sure. Okay guys, well, let me know what you think. Let me know if you prefer this side or this side, whether you know the everyday look or like the pink purple eye look. I honestly just really wanted to showcase a everyday look. That shimmer, which is one of the ones that shattered, sadly, is so beautiful. If you could see the sparkles, I want to say there's like 3 different kinds of glitters in that shade, and it just looks so beautiful. And this look as well, I really like how soft and subtle and like purple pink this eye look is. I really do feel like I did a good job at making sure to keep it within the purple pink family. Okay, so what do I think of this Celestial Odyssey collection, or palette I should say? Her whole collection is actually now available, and I believe you can pick all of it up at patmcgrath.com, and at Sephora you can pick up this $78 palette and the blush highlight trio. So there's 2 blushes and 1 highlighter in that palette. I did not pick any of those palettes up because the palette that is made for like the light to medium shades, I already own the highlighter in the palette and 1 of the blushes, so picking it up just for 1 blush doesn't make any sense. And the one for the tan to deep skin, the highlighter is a new shade, but it's meant for darker skin tones. It would probably not work on my skin, and also the blushes look pretty pigmented, so I just don't feel like the palette for the dark to deep skin tones would actually work for me, so it just made no sense to pick those up. I do have a quad and a highlighter coming. That's one of the bundles that she had available, so that's what I picked up once everything became available. It is pretty annoying that everything is not available at the same time. Same with Charlotte Tilbury. So that is definitely annoying, and that is the main reason why I'm actually still reviewing this palette, even though 2 of the shades in here are shattered. By the time I get it, it's just gonna be so late. So I'm just doing it, and it is what it is. Okay, so as far as the packaging, like I said, I really do enjoy the red and the gold. It reminds me of the Chinese New Year's calendar. You typically see the red and the gold, and those are colors that complement each other very, very well. The pan itself, I'm not a big fan of the layout just because I feel like there is some wasted space. I also don't like the ribbons here. It's hard for the palette to stay open. It like closes up on you. It is metallic, so you don't have just the ribbons to rely on. But overall, I do feel like it is pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap. And for the $78 that you pay for it, I do feel like it does feel luxurious enough. Now, is it as luxurious as her $125 eyeshadow palette? No, it is not. But I do love the fact that you get a good amount of shades in this palette, even though they are a smaller pan, which, I mean, unless you're using this every day, it's very rare that you actually do hit pan on an eyeshadow. At least for me, even when I wasn't doing YouTube, it was still very hard for me to hit pan. I do feel like the value is absolutely amazing. And even though it is a holiday eyeshadow palette and it is limited edition, and I'm so sad that I did not get to pick up the one from last year. Trust me, I was going to, and it just didn't happen, and now it's gone. From the reviews that I have seen, the packaging on this year's eyeshadow palette is a lot nicer, a lot more sturdy, just feels more on par with Pat McGrath than last year's packaging. So I am pretty happy with this palette, and I would say that I 100% give it a thumbs up and do recommend it. The price is great. The amount of shadows you get is great. If you are new to Pat McGrath and really want to test out a good amount of her formulas, this is definitely the way to go. The mattes worked beautifully, at least the ones that I used. All of the shimmers and metallics that I used worked beautifully. I had absolutely no issues whatsoever, which is very rare when I do have issues with Pat McGrath, at least from what I have tried. Okay guys, well, I think that pretty much concludes this video. Sorry that my attitude is not as bubbly as it normally is. It's been a rough week, like I said in my intro. Oh my goodness. With the whole mail thing, and yeah, it's been a rough week. So I'm sorry if I'm a little more serious. I don't mean to. I definitely am not in the greatest of mood thanks to this palette arriving in the condition that it did. But I still wanted to jump on here. I still wanted to review the palette. I still wanted to play with it and just give you my thoughts, because it is available at Sephora and the whole collection is available on Pat McGrath's website. So I just wanted to make sure that I got this up as soon as I could. All right guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I would love it if you gave this video a big ol' thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm and hopefully bring in some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. I am on the journey of fully reaching 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2021, and you can definitely help me out by clicking the subscribe button. Okay guys, well, I will see you on the next one. Bye.